Welcome back, and joining us now is Jen Comer, the manager of the Crescent Valley Farmers Market. She's also a city councillor here in Creston. Jen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, you grew up in Nelson in the Kootenays, and you went away to university in Victoria. You came back 7 years ago. What was the idea? Why did you want to come back here?
Yeah, my husband and I came back for the lifestyle. You can't beat it anywhere.
And you took a job at the farmers market. That was one of the reasons for coming back. It really was in line with what you were doing in Victoria, wasn't it? Because you were in sustainability and green initiatives and that kind of stuff.
I was, yeah. I worked in the provincial government as a green team coordinator, helping implement the provincial government's carbon neutrality plan. I worked with a consultant there working on sustainability reporting, and I worked up at the University of Victoria in their campus planning and sustainability office. And all of my studies focused around community development and local food. So it was a perfect fit to be able to move back to Creston doing what I love.
How did it feel when you first came back? What was the mood like when you first got back here?
Well, you could tell that this town, it's just been edging on this precipice of exploding with a lot of really great young and vibrant energy. And so in us moving back, we knew that that was about to happen, and we could feel the energy. And so it was this cautious optimism of, can this all really work? And so we moved back, and I took this part-time job. My husband found a little bit of work. We lived in a cabin in his parents' property, and really just got a chance to reconnect with nature and spend a lot of time outside. It's just a tremendous feeling to get out of the city, get out of rush hour, and have my 7-minute commute to work.
And speaking of your job at the farmers market, which you've been doing sub a couple of years for maternity leave since 2010, what have you been trying to achieve with your role at the farmers market?
Yeah, with my role at the market, it's really all about this community vibrancy, supporting the agricultural producers that we have, supporting the artisans that we have. We knew when I first started it was a seasonal market, and we knew that there's food in this valley 12 months of the year. Farmers need to make a living 12 months of the year. And so we knew it was just a matter of bridging that gap between having a market where customers could shop at and an outlet where vendors could sell at. And so over the years, we've turned it from a seasonal market into one that runs year-round.
Have you seen more vendors over the years?
Yeah, huge numbers. We had 63 vendors at some of these summer markets. And when I first started, we were lucky if we had 20. So we've grown leaps and bounds, and we've actually just recently done an economic impact study for the market and figured out that we contribute well over $2 million to the local economy every year.
Are you going to take some of the credit for that, or is there forces outside your control?
It's an entire local food movement. People are hungry to reconnect with where their food comes from. They want to know that there's no weird, creepy ingredients that they can't pronounce in it. And people are hungry for that. So we've been able to just tap into that energy, and we make the market be a really fun and inviting place to be for folks to be able to come out and socialize, whether or not they're stocking up on all their week's groceries or buying a gift for somebody. It's a spot where you come to meet everybody in the town on a Saturday morning.
And you obviously had an idea of coming here to make a difference, because you also became a city councillor. What was the idea behind that, behind getting involved in small town politics?
It's something that's interested me for a very long time. I was, before I got on council, I was part of the integrated sustainability planning committee that we had here, reviewing some sustainability goals for the town of Creston. So I did that in 2011 and 2012, and so I got to know some of the staff at Town Hall and got to know our mayor and the councillors at that time. I really loved the direction that they were headed. They were very forward-thinking and wanting to grow and make this community more vibrant, and I thought that that was somewhere where I had a skill set that I could lend, and it's been an incredible journey.
And it's quite a young city council, this group, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We have 3 councillors who are in their early 30s now, which is complemented very well by 4 others who are retirees. So we really feel like we're able to kind of get the full spectrum of the folks who live in this valley and what they're looking for, making sure what plans we're making at the council table fit for folks in the community.
And talking about folks in the community, obviously your job at the farmers market, you deal with the farmers and you deal with all the people coming down to the markets. What does that helped you understand about the people of the Crescent Valley?
Oh, they're so friendly. That's, I mean, everywhere you go, it's just hello and smiles everywhere, and people are just itching to really want to connect with who their neighbors are. You know, there's no such thing as walking downtown here with your head down and, you know, you don't look people in the eye. It's not the way of the Crescent Valley. So it always just feels so welcoming and so friendly.
Now, 8 years on since you first took on the role of the manager of the farmers market, have you achieved what you hoped to achieve?
Yes and no. So I really thought by this point we would perhaps be a bit further along with having a permanent outdoor space for the market. We're still along this gravel parking lot out town, which we make look as good as it possibly can, but it's still a gravel lot. So we've got, Town Council has got some really big plans, and one of the big things that was identified in our new official community plan is this entire market park concept. So we're out looking for grant funding right now to see if we can build this permanent outdoor market space that's going to really be a huge asset to our community and provide a really valuable green space downtown. So when I came on in 2010, I wouldn't have thought that this would have taken, 7 or 8 years for it to happen, but things take a lot of time and you have to be really patient, but it's well worth it.
Obviously, agriculture is a very important thing for this town, but what did you learn about just how important it is?
We have seen, we've had farm businesses and artisan businesses change their entire business plans because of the farmers market. We've had folks who used to just export everything they have out of the valley for other markets, and now they are completely shifting their practices and selling as much as they can locally, or expanding their local storefronts, or offering more at the market because we run so much longer now than we used to. So it's made a big difference to watching producers grow their businesses.
Awesome. And finally, what do you have in store for the next 7 years at the farmers market? The next 7 years.
I don't know. It's hard.
Being on council and all that.
Well, if we have achieved this much in the last 7 years, I am so looking forward to what these next 7 are going to be. It's going to be an exciting time.
Awesome. Thank you very much for joining us on Where You
Thanks so
Live.
much for having me.